Three guns seized and 6 people arrested in St. Elizabeth operation. The St. Elizabeth police seized 3 firearms during a pre-dawn operation in Warminster. Commanding officer for St. Elizabeth Police Superintendent Courage Minto says the weapons seized were a Uzi submachine gun, a shotgun, and a 9mm pistol. 6 persons, including a woman, were arrested in connection with the seizure at about 2 o'clock yesterday morning. He is appealing to the public to continue to support the police to make Jamaica safer.
A number of premises were searched during this operation. At this particular location, a thorough search was done of the building. A 9mm pistol was found in one of the rooms. A number of 12-gauge cartridges were also found in a stove inside the house. A further search of this area yielded a Uzi submachine gun that was found under a tree. The intelligence led us to some adjoining premises where a shotgun was found in the perimeter of one of the premises. So far, 6 persons are arrested and will be taken for further processing. This includes 5 males and 1 female. The operation ended incident-free, and the persons who were at this location surrendered peacefully to the police, and so there was no force used. I want to appeal to the citizens and the persons in this parish to continue to support the police. We are resolute in our efforts to continue to go after those who are committing criminal offences in this parish. And certainly, we're going after those who are part of gangs and those with illegal weapons.
Family devastated after truck crushes 25-year-old in Trelawney. Damar Wright's family is devastated following the tragic incident last Friday in Cotton Tree, Trelawney, in which a loaded truck fell on the motor car he was driving, killing him. The Ulster Spring police said the incident occurred about 2 p.m. when the driver of the truck, which was laden with chicken feed and heading towards Albertown, allegedly lost control of the unit. Wright, 25, was trapped under the wreckage for around 3 hours. When reporters visited the home shared by Wright and his grandmother on Monday, the family wept openly as they reflect on the young life tragically cut short. Wright, who relatives affectionately called by his middle name, Raji, died leaving a twin brother and a younger brother. He was a devoted Christian who attended the New Testament Church of God and played the bass guitar. Patricia Ricketts, a deceased aunt, explained that Wright used her car for a quick journey to Albertown to purchase packs of small bags for the family-run shop. She stated that this was a routine trip since Wright was essential to the operation of their business. We were supposed to pack some things in the shop and he forgot to buy some bags. He took the car key from my husband and said he will soon come. He said to me, "Auntie, which one of the bags? Is it the 5-pound bag?" I told him, "Yes, the 5-pound bags," and asked him to buy some other bags because we had peas to tie out. That was it. A shocking phone call later plunged the family into mourning. We were there waiting. Even his younger brother was saying, "Are we this a man a day so long, man?" My husband said he probably be buying food before he comes back because if he goes to Albertown and he's hungry, he's going to buy food, Ricketts recalled. We were waiting on him, only to get that call that they saw a car by the cotton tree that looked like my husband's car. We knew that it was him who drove it. My nephew just went and he did not return. They just took him from me. They just took him from me, Ricketts said between sobs. Cleopatra Scott, the deceased cousin, told reporters that his death had left her frightened. Scott was among several Alberton residents who went to the scene on Friday afternoon. "I felt like not only my heart shattered, but my entire body shattered. How do you go to buy polybags and not return home? It's not possible. How do you go to buy polybags and a truck turn over on you? A loaded truck with poultry feeding?" He was not being careless. My cousin wasn't an idle jester. He pulled right off the road. He was on the soft shoulder. He heard the truck and pulled over, she wailed. The grieving relatives remember Wright as a youngster who touched many lives with his young heart and kind actions, calling him Jack of all trades. Rickett explained that Wright studied at Hart College of Construction Service in Portmore, St. Catherine, following his stint at the Alberton High School. He did construction and cabinet building. He is the one who did everything at the shop. He did the shelves, the counters, and everything. He had dreams of a better life for him and us because, as I said, he was kind. He wasn't a selfish man, the cousin stated. The tragic incident is being investigated by the Waitabit police. Government allocates 150 million for trucking of water to drought-stricken area. The government has allocated 150 million for the trucking of water to drought-stricken areas. 40 million of this amount will be disbursed immediately. Minister with responsibility for water, Mattis Samudo, says the area to receive immediate funding are Manchester, Westmoreland, Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, as well as Eastern Portland and Eastern St. Thomas. This is the first of many drought alleviation steps to be taken, noting that Jamaica has a bimodal rainfall pattern with February traditionally being the driest month of the year. Mr. Samudo says that as early as last December, there were reductions in rainfall in the south central and western sections of the island. Mr. Samudo states that 5% of National Water Commission systems are being regulated. This does not include systems applying the corporate area.
There are sections of the country that will require extra interventions. Cabinet has given approval for $150 million to be used for trucking of water, but based on where the situation is, we will immediately allocate 40 million of that 150 to the following areas: Manchester to all of its constituencies, Westmoreland to all of its constituencies, Clarendon to all constituencies, St. Elizabeth to all of its constituencies, and to Portland Eastern and St. Thomas Eastern. Persons may ask why the Northeast would get allocations. It's because their surface water systems suffer heavily from turbidity, so they're already seeing disruptions in their supplies. Trucking program will be overseen by the municipalities. We'll be making those transfers through the Ministry of Local Government from MEGJC this week. This will allow members of Parliament and councils to immediately respond to those most in need. For much of the country, we would have received less rainfall than your 30-year average cumulatively. Now, you did have a very wet November, but when one contemplates the flows and how aquifers are recharged, you understand that you did not have a wet enough year to avoid drought conditions at the beginning of the year. As early as December, we saw reductions in rainfall, as you can see, in the south central of the island as well as the western end of the island. And again, you will see how it compares to your traditional 30-year flows. January, we entered into drought conditions. Now, as it was in November, December, and in January, the northeast of the island did indeed get more rain than the rest of the country. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't experience particular challenges, because as we know, many of our surface water sources are plagued by turbidity. What this has triggered for the National Water Commission is not a national problem, but 23 of our systems are experiencing shortfalls in their water intake, meaning 5% of our water systems are now being regulated. For those of you in the corporate area, you would not yet be experiencing any regulation, as at February 13th, the Hermitage Dam was at 89%, while the Mona Reservoir was at 98%.
Woman pleads guilty to murder of Canadian pensioner. A 30-year-old woman has pleaded guilty to the 2017 murder of a Canadian pensioner, Sadine Green of Edgewater Avenue, Portmore, St. Catherine, admitted to killing 82-year-old Fitz Albert Barnes when she appeared in the St. Catherine Circuit Court on Tuesday. Reports were that Barnes' body was found wrapping a tarpaulin at his home on Yonge Street in Spanish Town, St. Catherine in May of that year. Following investigations by the Spanish Town Criminal Investigations Branch (CIB), Green was apprehended in 2018. A post-mortem revealed that Barnes died from several stab wounds and blunt force trauma to the head. Green will reappear for sentencing on April 4, 2025. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.